got ourselves Chicago over for the team one. Immediately up versus Burn as the guys just out here on the approach. Immediate in cap on Chicago. Does he roll past? Am I the only one that's seeing him like way overroll, or is that something you guys are seeing too? Because it looks like he's just like overshooting it, but it's like then he's fine, and then it's actually next to Chicago. Am I the only one who sees that? Trying to see if he can leap in onto Burn right now. I think it just might be me though. Because if you're down on Chicago with Alexi to follow, might be a trinket, quite a bit of damage, but doesn't have the cooldowns behind him to back him up. Still, Chicago just does get put into quite a painful position with the karma to follow. Are you gonna just try to see if you can fight it? Try to go for a bit of the root, waiting out the karma, cooking something up. Got him some maelstrom generating from the raptor. Maybe still had himself a decent go. That was a dragon kick. That was definitely a long one. Chicago. You just spin on this man. Just spin on him with a 360 as he got himself sunders. That's going to be quite a bit of damage on the monkey either way. But Chicago with a hard stopper taking him out. With the police going to be up next. Man's out here rushing out towards Chicago. Chicago get hit with a sap. Cannot even sit down to get himself a bit of mana. No. As a cheap shot comes out, police got himself full dots in. Is he going for a proper go? Sepsis with a lasso, trinket right after, trying to see if he can commit. Is this where you just press cloak? Get a shot on Chicago. Dance is available, trying to get himself the biggest setup. Is that a Kingsbane too? That might have been a Kingsbane. It looks like he's gonna go for a death mark and everything. Everything is loaded up onto Chicago, and they're just trying to fight through this as best as they can. Wall immediately may just have to go for a guardian. Police with a cloak of shadows wants to get back in, but looks like maybe someone broke you out a little early. Bloodlust out for Chicago. Police does not have an out. He's got to stay in. Evasion is gonna give him a little bit of opportunity to dodge some of the attacks of Chicago. Does get hit with a knockback. All these raptors surrounding the rogue. As Chicago actually switching up the strategy. You're not playing the alien wolves, you're playing the physical wolves. So every one of your melees, Wind Furies, and Storm Strikes actually is going to do quite a bit of damage when you have your normal wolves. Plus you have the elemental wolf on top of it. Wait, we're playing Ascendants. I just put the two and two together. That actually might give you like a big fatty go to that big burst of damage. That could be huge. Getting the shot on Chicago. Got himself another sepsis. Just locking down Chicago. But I don't know what you can really do in this kind of situation. Light your lasso. Taking it down. It just walks up and just taps you right in the face. Oh my goodness. Sitting down for mana as soon as possible. Needs all the healing in the world. Maybe looking at that guardian and potentially a trinket if Dels goes in for a proper stun here. As Chicago backing up out of there. Using all that mana. Big ascendance. Trying to keep the pressure going. Dels getting blasted. Got himself a defensive. Got himself a scatter on top of it. That's going to be stunned Chicago with a trinket to follow. Big death chakra does split some of its time between the pet as well as Chicago. As big Zappler blast comes out. Dels got himself a full Fury of the Eagle, but their health is just dropping down like a rock in Chicago with a wall. Just needs one big go. There goes a pretty good freezing trap actually. I love it when a hunter is just able to toss it right on top of where the enemy is right there. With the lasso, breaks it somehow. Or maybe it's just super yard. And Chicago is able just to keep the pressure going just a little bit longer to take down the hunter. Who's up next? Is it going to be Hockey's potentially? Is it going to be Kordic? Are they sending the Shaman? He looks like he's looking at Hockey's, maybe waiting for his go. Possibly. Wait, I just looking at the mask. You see the mask? You can actually see eyeballs behind it. I thought for some reason that it was just like a texture that you can't see through, but you actually can. Very barely, but you can't see him. Is it Udex or is it Kordic next? Looks like it may be Hockey's. Chicago last time, and I think every time you go up against Hockey's, something about the way that this Assassination Rogue plays it, it just has a one banger vibe behind it every single time. And last time I'm pretty sure Hockey's didn't even like deathmark Chicago, and that was just still a one shot either way. This time around, Chicago, no trinket, no wall, no nothing. Seps is fully rolling right through you. Hockey's with full dance. Deathmark and everything is up. Chicago just melting while they're already underground. He's literally buried himself for Hockey's. He's like, you know what? You don't have to dig 6 feet under. I'm gonna do it myself. There's just nothing you can do. There's just nothing you can do. Is it Vengecraft next? Looks like it's Vengecraft charging out of Hockey's. Hockey's has himself a blind sap as well. That's gonna be tricking out of Venge. Hold on. Oh. Hockey's at some point is going to have to go for some stuns onto Avenge just to get some pressure on the guy. He got full dots. Needs to run away with a shiv and just bail out of there, I think. Shadow Step and trying to get around him. Stunned right after. Does not have a trinket anymore. Evasion is available. Maybe blind. Oh no, Hockey's. He's just got to wait 15 seconds on a Shadow Dance. I don't know if he can wait that long. He's just melting. Cloak of Shadows. I don't know if you just blind and run away and catch a re-stealth against a Demon Hunter. I don't know how you do it. Maybe this way you just get a sap. Oh, sap. Wait. Oh, he's got Immolation Aura. You might just die to Immolation Aura. I'm not even kidding you. He got Dance. He's trying to see if he can make it happen. Hold on a second. Big Blade Dance. Oh. Nothing you could do. Nothing you could do there, chat. Cordic is the last one left. He's got to find a way to fight through this team agility over here. He's got Venge. He's got Buff Survival. He's got Tier. He's got Perfected. He's got all these homies he's got to fight through. And he's trying to give Vengecraft as much of an honor. Oh, look at that. What Vengecraft can do actually is he can steal souls from Cordic. Or even if Buff Survival wants to go over there and maybe like Mending Bandage the guy, that's another opportunity. No. Venge trying to just give Cordic as much of a go here before Dampening gets super high. There's going to be Static Totem, but he's trapped there with a Demon Hunter trying to yoink him. Did not quite work out. Venge, full Metamorphosis at the ready. He's just trying to see if he can leech his health back. That's going to be immunity out for Venge as he sees Cordic go underground. The man's got himself Wall as well as Guardian, able to zip right over to Cordic. Oh my god. Oh, both of them are super low. Hold on, Eamon's game right now. Cordic. Oh, Venge. Oh my god, the amount of damage they do. Jesus. Demon Hunters, man. Got ourselves team 1 with Buff Survival. On the team we got us this Flying Nelf. Are you first up? I gotta get the blue version of this set. It's a good set. I gotta get the blue version because it looks so good. Cordic on this team as well. Looks like he's gonna be first up versus the Hunter as Thales gets hit with a lasso. Got himself a bit of that sack with the pet as he's just setting up beasts back to back. Look at the Zeus around a Cordic. He just got a race against time, popping a wall, trying to see if he can get a barrage Thales with meatballs for days, knocking the Basilisk so far away, trapping the pets away. Oh, the Basilisk is gonna get no value. Oh my god, look at that thing. Dude, they really gotta make Basilisk hit harder. Like, it's so slow and it's so easily avoidable, but they gotta make it like a big payoff ability. Wait, he got one bite off. He got one big chomper in there. Oh my goodness, big Earth Shocks onto Thales. Does go in for Lava Burst back to back. More Lava Burst right after. As Earth Shocks do go through more Primordials, but still kind of behind. Cordic though looks like he's been dominating this one so far. Controlling his pets completely, rooting everything in place. Does force a turtle out of Thales, but he's still so low himself. Death Shock him, keeps spinning all over the man. It is going to get a couple of those few more dings into the guy. Freezing Trap does shrink him with a lasso, hoping to end this deal right now, and does end up taking it with Dax immediately rushing in. Knockback one into another charge. Does he have another knockback? Stunned by the Earth Elemental. Huh? I was going to say for a second. Chain? Hello? Totem? Looks like the totem, or no, the spear does not trap Cordic at all. I thought he had it there. Oh man, did it make it less consistent? I feel like I've seen more people use the chain, and I've seen it like not keep people in place, even if it does have a chain to people. I've seen that more often. I don't know what's happening with that thing. Is it bug, chat? Or is it just like, just gotta be super accurate with it? Dax mounting up, that is gonna be a Root Totem immediately. Lasso right after, just trying to get himself a bit of that consistent damage onto the warrior. Got himself a bit of that Reflect. Cordic, if he's very careful with Reflect, he might still be okay. He should be able to get himself plenty of control either way, though. Was that a Tremor Totem he pulled? I was a Tremor Totem. I think I was expecting maybe a few out of the guy. Dax charging in, back in with an Avatar. Wall up for Cordic. As he got himself Earth Shocks onto Dax. Dax trying to go for a bit of that survivability. Using defenses a little bit early. For Cordic, this could be huge because right now the Warrior's not going to have much to really work with. Back-to-back meatballs. Just feeding this man completely into a Static Totem. Is that a Root Totem on top of it? I think that was a Root Totem on top of it. Just trying to see if he can control him as much as possible over there. Got himself Guardian to keep himself afloat. Drax, though, as long as Dax is staying melee with the guy, the more bloodthirst he can get, the more healing he's going to get out of it. Also, you got a little moth with you. I just noticed. Little moth following you around. I like it. Spear does catch him. Oh, okay. So it does work. Good. Good. Good to know. Good to actually see it function, because I see so many people get chained by it, but like it's still just walk out of it like it's nothing. Cordic trying to see if he can just Earth Shock the guy down. Dax is up in melee, getting so much healing, just enough to sustain himself. Big execute from a mile away. What was that? Did you see that animation? It was so delayed. Cordic needs a heal right now. That or a root. Big Stormbolt does go for the trinket, looking for a bit of a healing. Dax, if only if you're worse at Blaze Storm. They're getting it later. They're getting it in the War Within, but they're not having it right now. But that'd be so good. Knocking him back, charge midair just to make sure he doesn't get rooted. Kordak is an execute range and does end up taking him. Knocked back, but he charges right in there with another execute. Charging into above survival immediately. The guy disengaging out for a second. Mad burst into Dax. What was that? Was that just an explosive into a spear, into just like a kill shot? Maybe one grenade? Just everything went off at once by the looks of it. Merlin is going to be up next, charging over above survival as the guy is going to get him tagged up and dotted, stuns him with a route to follow, kind of bouncing away from the guy into a full slow, I was gonna say root, but no, just a slow with a chimeric poison into a stun. Got him some full coordinated assault, full damage bubble out from Merlin with the crusade as the paladin able to ramp up his burst for both survival. He might be in a ton of trouble. Got him some defenses. I don't know if he wants to use anything here. May need to. Got him some exil together with the fortification of the bear. Might need extra defense and does rotate it as the shield defense is up for Merlin. Both survival is having to commit quite a lot of cooldowns into Merlin. Got himself full hammers everywhere, stun him to above, just sees one more hit. Oh, he does let him keep going with it. Oh my goodness, back it up away because he was just attacking Flying Nelv there. But Merlin is just able to take that entire Haymaker Crusader playstyle and just blast him to smithereens. As Flying taking a bit of damage from the judgments early, disaster rush at Merlin before he gets himself maybe a spell warden. No. Before he can even get anything available, he's just taking him out. Hawk is charging in. Give Flying Nelf a daughter, no, man. Give him a chance. You're just going in with dots immediately. Nelf into a hunt. Does get cheap shotted, but it still is a hunt on Hawk. He's stunned to follow. Does go for the Cloak of Shadows. Flying Nelf needs someone right now. Oh, no, it's over. It is over. Hawkins doesn't even send anything at all at the guy. He still has Death Mark. He's still got Dance and everything available. Explosive shot of 182k, flanking for 62, Vata bomb from 5, and Chakram. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's a ton. Because you just throw explosive into a bomb, and then you flank into a bomb, and while Chakram is pre-rolling ahead of time. Yeah, there's not much you can do. It's just so much damage just kind of happens all at once, or it feels like it happens all at once because it has a delay or has travel time or something. That's what I think it comes down to. Full dots are up on Chicago. Immediate wall. Hawkins with an evasion does not have advantage for this one. Lightning Lasso for Chicago. May need Guardian here as well. Looking for a bit of a healing. That's going to be stun totem onto Hawkins. Maybe able to disrupt the rogue a little bit here. Double stun onto Hawkins. Trying to see if he can take it down right then and there. Got a sentence in case they need it. Got himself the Guardian to keep himself alive. Big zapper onto Hawkins and is able to survive it. With Tyr going to be up next. At the very least, you got yourself Draenor Racial. Does get interrupted on nature. There goes the Draenor Racial to give yourself a bit more healing. And Tyr got to find a way to fight through Chicago into a full cheap shot. I don't know if you can go for Burrow. I think it's over, right? There's no shot. I love you fist weapons, but there's no shot there. Stun onto Tyr. Vengecraft. Try and take him down into a full trinket. Does go in for Vengeful Retreat in case there's a stun. Finds Tyr. Gets him out in the open. Gouge really quickly. He could use mobility to get himself over towards Tyr. If you met her at the right time too, you could potentially avoid a cheap shot, kidney shot, or something out of the guy. Sigil of Fear. Oh, catches him right then and there. There goes the meta. I-beam right after cheap shot. Does not have a trinket for this one. You gotta have himself a big go. At least Burrow giving you quite a bit of that defense here, looking to go in for a hit and run, but escaping the Demon Hunter is almost nigh impossible. Full stun, does go for eventual retreat in case there's another stun. Does go for yet another stun. Throwing the glaives, just letting the rogue rot from a distance. He does have cloak. And that's going to be a big blade dance to follow. Able to evade a lot of the damage, remove all the chaos damage out of the window. And Vengecraft, if he's careful enough with his immunity and darkness, he might actually be able to catch Tyr. Oh no, no Vengeful. Cheap shot. Wait, immunity? Maybe? Oh, that is so rough. That is rough. This guy got his burst on lock there, man. My goodness. Did everybody get a chance to play? Everybody got a chance to play him. Well done. What is well done? Yeah, no trick with the rogue. Yeah, it's rough. It's definitely rough. I feel like maybe like if you picked up eyes, like just seeing him rush at you, like, you know, at that point you're just guessing, right? You just gotta guess, like, do I use immunity now? Do I just randomly darkness? Do I just randomly vengeful retreat? I think vengeful retreat rushing over to eyes, drop in darkness, maybe that would have won, but like without seeing what the rogue is at, you don't really know what he's gonna do.